everybody. Welcome. It is Straight Up Talk Boston. It's Monday night. It's 7 o'clock. And here we are with Johnny Peasy, Joey Canzano, and me, Billy Pizzulo. Joey, go ahead. Say what you wanted to say, brother.
Well, I was going to say something, but Johnny interrupted as usual. And, anyways, we were supposed to have Steve D'Amato tonight, a good friend of mine, and from Wicked Bites from Nesson. Unfortunately, he had a previous engagement that was a little more important than this, which I agree. So here we are, stuck with Johnny Peasy.
Ah, thank you.
Here you go, brother.
Yeah,
How's that for a lead-in?
Is my mic on?
It should. No, I shut you off.
Oh, thanks. Oh, here we go. Now, there you go.
Take a hint.
When you introduced us, when you said it's 7 o'clock and I want to rock, want to get a belly full of beer. Okay, a couple of things I want to mention, and then we're going to get into a lot of really good stuff tonight. So the Red Sox fired Alex Cora.
Move into the frame and then tell them again.
No more holding the thing up,
This
Billy.
is good news.
All right. So we'll get some good news. Alex Cora was fired as the Red Sox manager.
Thank God.
And I know I wasn't a big Cora fan. Well, one of the reasons why, because he cheated in the World Series. And I wasn't a fan of the way he managed. And I know 2018 they won the World Series. He had a powerhouse. He didn't have the powerhouse then, and I just don't think that he managed the team the way he should have. And that means manufacturing runs, which he didn't believe in bunting, moving headers aside, hitting behind the runners and stuff like that. So anyways, he's gone. We have hopefully the Red Sox have won 2 in a row now, and we can get on a little bit of a winning streak. With the Patriots, Mike Vrabel is now in counseling because of his little episodes.
Counseling?
Yeah, he went to counseling. Well,
For what?
Well, because he was.
I know what he did, but
pitches.
what is the counsel for?
Well, apparently he probably wants to stay married, and he probably.
he's in marriage counseling.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I guess you might call it that.
Is he
yeah,
counseling to stay away from women? Is that what it is?
Exactly.
You need
right.
a lot. We all need a lot of help, and that's
Yeah.
a lot of counsel.
So, well, good luck to Mike Vrabel. He's really a good guy, and I wish him all the best. Now, with the Celtics, I there's a couple things I just want to say here. Celtics are a powerhouse. We know that. They're up 3-1 on Philly. But I have a problem with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. When they play the national anthem every single night, they run into the dressing room, and when it's over, they come back out. I personally think that's very disrespectful. I know the sports writers and sportscasters that have talk shows, they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to say nothing because their cop-out excuse is going to be, well, it's their right. Well, you know something? You can't give 2.5 minutes to pay tribute to men and women who have lost their lives and limbs for you. And if you ever think of ever playing on the Olympic basketball team representing the United States, that's a travesty, and it should not happen. And that is my rant, everybody.
Amen. Is
Well,
it over?
Let me just tell you. I think personally, that if they should ask him the question, is that what you're going to do? If you ever play on this Olympic team, I would tell them you can't do it. Sorry. If you're not going to represent the United States the way it should be represented, I'll tell you, if Trump's in office, he'd probably tell them stay home.
Well, here's the thing, Billy. A lot of people don't know that they do this. I've witnessed it many, many times, and I just think it's awful that they run out and do that when, stand there for 2 minutes. You can't give 2 minutes of your time. What are you protesting?
The people that gave them the opportunity to be able to play basketball,
Exactly.
to be on that court and do that, they should have some respect. And that's the problem, is they don't have any respect for what was done before them, to give them the freedom to be able to do that. If they were in another country, they'd be shoveling bananas.
Exactly, Billy. You're so right. And it's so disheartening to see. And, the coach, Joe Mazzulla, watch him, folks. He stands there with his hands in his pocket, and he's looking around. I mean, come on, guys. This is your country. This is your country. Whether you're Republican, Democrat, and Independent, we're here. This is our country. And we'll probably talk about this, Obama, I wasn't a big fan. I wasn't a big fan of Biden. But, I never wished harm or hurt on anybody. But, my God, these people today, it's disgusting. Now, I think we should let's talk about what's going on in the news, the biggest news. the third assassination attempt on the president of the United States. Joey,
I thought
what's
this was the fourth.
You thought this was
It
the
is the
fourth?
fourth. But
This is the fourth.
Is it the fourth?
Fourth attempt.
All right,
The
wait a minute. What was the first?
first was
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Then the golf course.
Then the golf course, and there was another time that there wasn't really
this is
overly
third or
public.
fourth, and you gotta understand, Johnny, and I'm sure you do know this. That this is not fourth. This is probably dozens and dozens that we don't even hear about.
Right.
I mean, the man is being threatened every day. Is probably his family is being threatened. His grandchildren may be being threatened. So none of us really know. We just know what the news is telling us. But before we go into that, I'm getting back to the professional people,
Celtics.
the Celtics, or whoever takes knees. It's because there's no accountability, Johnny. That's the problem. Why they keep doing this, and people keep watching and keep going. When will people just grab their stones and say, that's it? It's not going to happen.
It's not gonna happen.
So therefore, they'll keep continuing doing and aggravating you.
And
I couldn't care less because I don't watch any of it.
I know you don't. And one of the things, but here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you this right now. When you're winning, you can get away with anything.
Yeah.
They'll allow you, and I coached Little League, and believe me, when you were winning, you could yell at the kid. I never yelled at a kid, and I never did anything to embarrass a kid. Although I brought a guy on my team that I knew as a coach was phenomenal, knowing the fundamentals, but he yelled at kids. He embarrassed kids. But guess what? When you're winning, people allow it to go on and on. But once you start losing, that's it.
Well, that's why
Then
the country
parent-
is in a moral decay. Because it's all superficial. So in other words, anybody can get away with what they want because their things are winning. When
It's all
what was
about
the
winning.
old Italian saying? My mother used to say, when you cry alone. When everybody's laughing, you laugh together. When you cry alone. It's almost the same premise.
It's almost the same thing. Yeah, when you're winning, everybody's happy, and then when you're losing, nobody wants anything to do with you. Yeah.
Getting to the Trump thing. Go ahead, Johnny.
All right,
Lead in.
As everybody knows, there's been, whether it's the third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, well, let's just say three that we know of. It's the third assassination attempt. Now, here's, guys, and you tell me if you agree with what I'm saying. Something is wrong with the Secret Service. They let the guy in Pennsylvania, how he got those shots off is beyond me. And then I was listening to news. The secret, they weren't even checking people's credentials as they went in. Even the nutcase that tried to do this, he's laughing, going, "Look at this, security's horrible." Now, what is going on? Is there something in the CIA and the Secret Service that we don't know about? Is there another form? Are there supporters on the other side that are letting this thing take place? Because this guy should have never been this close and be able to get these shots off at that particular time.
He was staying at the hotel number one. Number one. Number two. Well, actually, go back to Butler when Thomas Crook.
Yeah.
Now I know we've had this debate before. You believe he acted alone, right?
I do.
Okay, and you believe that guy, that Charlie Kirk, acted alone too.
I do.
Okay, I believe none of that. None of that. The answer is, I think, who's behind it? If it's not them lone, which I don't believe in the lone gunman. No, I know you still believe in Lee Harvey
Oh,
Oswald.
no, don't start the Lee Harvey Oswald crap. Will you please? First of all, I was a
That's a
Kennedy
joke.
assassination buff, and I was one of the first conspirators.
is a-
Now you two, of these biggest conspirators, the Apollo landing was fake. Baloney.
Johnny's a lot of buffers. A lot of buffers here.
Yeah.
But
Look at these two guys are
but
going to fight up against. Come on.
But no, actually, for the first time in 7 months, we're probably going to agree on this, Johnny. It's awful what this guy's going through, because I got to be honest with you. I've been critical about Trump. A lot of people know that. But to see an 80-year-old man go down like he did, you see when he went down on the ground?
course.
And the Secret Service was on top. I mean, as a human being, how do you not feel a little sorry for the guy? You know what I mean? He's down on the ground. His wife is under the table with
Right.
with a pregnant Carolyn Levitt.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Do any day.
it was heartbreaking to see. I'm sorry. I don't care what. I mean, again, I have a lot
But you
of
know-
complaints about Trump, but
Yeah.
on a humanitarian level, am I wrong, Billy?
No, you're not wrong at all.
My opinion on all, and it is exactly this. It's opinion. It's opinion. It's that this is not something that the Secret Service. They didn't fire everybody and rehire the Secret Service one president to the next.
No.
So I mean, however they do what they do, I think that they're there and they will not be happy until
He's dead.
He's dead.
Exactly.
100% true.
And they're the higher echelon, the upper echelon in all of those portions of the government. I mean, you look at how Congress. I mean, they laugh. They're laughing about it.
Who's behind it, Billy? Who's behind the
That's it.
Thomas Crook? Who's behind Kirk's killer? Who's behind this guy the other night at the correspondent? There's no one's convincing me, John. I know you disagree, but nobody's convincing me these are just lone kooks. I just don't believe it.
Well, so far, I mean, I haven't heard anything with the two previous, with the Crooks and the Kirk. I haven't heard about anybody else being involved. But let me just say this. When we talk about the Secret Service, I am just so disappointed. I just don't think that obviously Trump comes out and says, "Oh, they did a great job getting me out." But the bottom line is, this shouldn't have happened. It should have been thwarted before.
They did a great job getting him out.
Yeah.
The first person they went after was J.D. Vance.
Yep, bingo.
They pulled J.D. Vance out first, and I mean, I'm sure that there's.
Well, that's good. No, J.D. Vance had his own security.
That's
why.
His security is better than the president's?
No, it's just the fact that his security, and I'm just saying, was probably in an area where they could jump in real quick and get him. I mean, I would imagine that the first thing you do is you got to look for the president and the vice president.
I mean, I don't understand. I don't get it. So you're saying that J.D. Vance's team was there in a better position to remove him from the stage than the president of the United States Secret Service team. They were in a better position.
Well, I think
how can that be?
We're talking seconds, Billy. We're talking. I mean,
It was
they got
actually
Vance.
about
they got,
7 seconds.
Then they got. I mean, come on. We're talking.
7
we're
seconds
talking,
is a long.
Yeah,
time.
I know, but I mean,
It's a long time.
I don't
You
have
know how
any
many shots
problem with that.
You know how many shots I can fire in 7 seconds?
No, I know that, but I'm just saying that they might have went at the closest. Maybe at that time he was the closest one. They jumped on him, and then they jumped on and they protected Trump. I'm okay with that. I'm just not okay with the fact that people were being led into that ballroom without them even checking their credentials. And that to me, I mean, are you 2,500 people? They were in there, and it was so crowded you couldn't even move in there, which is another ridiculous thing.
There's a lot of things, Johnny, that we don't know, because when you really look at the whole spectrum, there was people. There was a young girl, stealing some bottles of champagne. There was men still eating their dinner. They were still drinking. They're videoing with the camera. This is all along while they were evacuating the president and the first lady and the vice president. I mean, something's just not right about this.
Exactly.
These people are videoing, and then that other. I'm sorry, Billy, but
No, it's all right.
what's his name? Dana White.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't dislike the man, but he comments and he says, "Oh, what an experience it was." The Secret Service come in and said, "Everybody duck." I didn't duck. Oh, okay, you're a real hero. You didn't duck. What are you trying to prove by saying you didn't duck? In other words, you're trying to act like it was a game. I just don't understand that. I would have been ducking.
I know.
I would have been under the table.
I think sometimes I think they all try to be funny sometimes.
I don't think it's a funny thing at all.
Dana White
It's
against
not
the
funny
gun.
at all.
Dana White against the gun, I think I would choose the gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't understand just because he runs the
That doesn't matter to me, Bill. What he
UFC,
said was so idiotic
he's a
to
tough
me.
guy. I mean, come on.
I'm not saying he's not a tough guy. What I'm saying is,
I'm saying to you, he's acting like a dope. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, the fact you say something, I didn't duck. Well,
Hello?
really? Well, I
You're
can
an
tell you, I
idiot.
know a lot tougher people that would be ducking when they hear pop, pop, pop. I've been around the pop, pop,
Well,
pop, and it's frightening.
It happened so fast. I mean, the guy darted through security.
Right.
So fast. I mean, they had it on camera. They showed that camera, which blows my mind. It looked like a flip phone camera, and it was like, come on, the Hilton Hotel's got. Look at our cameras. These cameras with 100 times better resolution than what they gave to us to show us that this thing happened.
You know, you think
Come
that
on.
you know, Billy. You think that this here hotel, the Hilton, knowing that they're going to honor have this time at their place, you think that they would go forth and get top of the notch security cameras and everything that they could do to keep this man safe. This is why. I don't know what they call it, but when there's another part of a country, political. I don't know. Is there another
Deep
form
state?
of deep state? Yeah. Is there another deep state that we don't know about?
There's no question about it.
It's scary that this man, and then here's the other part of it. You got to love Trump. He wanted to come back out and keep it going, but they told him it would take them 2 hours to make the place safe again, which means they would have had to fisk everybody and probably won. Well, why didn't you do that in the beginning?
Right.
That's another thing. But here's another thing. And now comes the fallout from everything. Of course, you go on Facebook, and then you see the
AI.
AI.
These different AI stupid
But I
videos.
see people, and I see people that I know.
Yeah.
Some of these people who I totally respected, saying the most stupidest things, and of course they're Democrats, and they're just joking about a person's life. And Trump is a grandfather; he's a father.
Yep.
And whether you like him or not, I'm going to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. I just believe that this man loves this country, and I think what he does for this country. Now, what causes people to do this? And I think it's the rhetoric. Is that the word, rhetoric?
Yeah.
Okay, the rhetoric that comes from the other side. Excuse me. Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, they're calling him Hitler. Pelosi's done it. Schumer is terrible doing it. Calling him the devil and what he's doing. And of course, we have mentally ill people in this country that hear this and go, hey, if I kill the so-called Hitler, I'll be a hero, and they'll never put me in jail.
Do you really think that that's what the mentality? Do you think that's what's happening? You don't think that? Let's go back and look at when the first time we had to deal with Black Lives Matter and Antifa and all that. When they were going and protesting, and the trucks would show up, and the signs and all the frozen bottles and all the weapons showed up. You know what I mean? So do you really think? I mean, that was orchestrated by a group of people that wanted that to happen. Okay, and then when they went and did it in where was it? Was it Oregon? Was it Oregon?
Yeah,
where the kid got shot?
Portland.
Portland, Oregon.
When the kid, no, it was Wisconsin. Wasn't it Wisconsin when the young kid he killed the two people? He shot
the kid with the
Yeah, you know what I'm talking
automatic. What was his name?
I forget his name.
Young
name.
kid.
Yeah, but anyway, I think that was whatever. The bottom line is those things were being paid for. The people were being sat down and said, "This is what we're going to do."
It's funded.
It's
definitely
funded,
yeah.
and it's planned. It's planned and it's explained to these people. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. The truck's going to be here. You guys go make sure you're at the truck. It's orchestrated. This, I believe, even though it's only one person supposedly doing the shooting, I still believe it's orchestrated. And it's somebody's being paid, somebody's sitting them down, and this is what they're
Billy,
saying.
they know who funded. They know everybody funding. The biggest funder is George Soros. That's the first.
Well, that was
Then there's-
Antifa.
Allegedly.
He's still
allegedly.
John,
I think it's safe to say allegedly because
allegedly.
Well, you don't want to be sued.
What do you mean? They've mentioned his name. Bill O'Reilly's been talking about Soros for 20 years.
Well, just be careful.
Well, I mean, I don't have to be sued. I mean, what am I saying?
Well,
I'm saying
Joe,
according
you got-
to the news.
you got millions of dollars,
Yeah,
right,
gots.
Joey? And you don't want it being taken from you. You know what I mean? I mean, I can't get over. Sometimes I'm sitting across from a multi-millionaire.
He's a very sick man.
I'm sick tonight.
I just want to know, Billy, Johnny, how many more times is it going to cost before they finally succeed? That's what I want to know.
Joey, I couldn't.
know
agree-
it's coming.
Yeah. You know,
It's not gonna stop.
It's without a doubt, it's not going to stop, and it's just it's sad. It's really really sad that it's come to this. You know, as a kid growing up, we all love Kennedy. We all have a picture of JFK in our houses. Everybody loved it. And even when we were young, if a president got in that you didn't need too much about, you didn't say too much. You just went along with what goes on. Today, I just cannot believe the hatred that goes on. And, my personal opinion why the Democrats just hate this man so much is because he's exposing so much of the stealing, how these congressmen and politicians are making millions and millions and millions of dollars, but then they're being exposed. They don't want to be exposed.
But it's not just the Democrats, Johnny. The Republicans hate him too. Don't kid yourself for 1 second. You think Mike Johnson likes Trump?
Yes, I do.
I don't think so.
Oh, I do.
Well, how do you know? Did you ask him?
Well, how do you know he doesn't?
Because
Did you ask him?
Because I could see what they do. They got the House, they got the Senate, they got the Justice Department, they got everything, and they won't pass the SAFE Act bill. Explain that one.
Well, that's not up to Mike Johnson.
He's the House Speaker. You don't have any influence on his people?
Of course he does.
All right, so why isn't there nothing getting passed? We own the House, the Senate. They're doing the same thing as Paul Ryan did. Remember Paul Ryan?
They stonewalled him.
Johnny, believe me when I tell you.
They stonewalled Trump.
I know you listen to Fox News a lot, but Fox News is dedicated to an audience that think like you, and then you get CNN who wants an audience that thinks like the left. So now you got both. They got it both going at each other, and that's a divide and conquer.
And where are you on all this?
I'm in the middle. I use common sense. I don't listen to Hannity. I think Hannity sucks. I'm sure, Scott, sorry. I know you like him. I'm not a fan of Hannity. Bill O'Reilly was my guy. And even lately, he's irritating me because he's very personal friends with, talks to Trump every week, and he'll never go negative on Trump now. But back in the '90s, before Trump existed, O'Reilly was right there. He was straight at you. He was great.
So you think for 1 second that Trump can't be buffaloed by these people?
What do you mean?
I mean, there are so many. You've got this whole thing with the Epstein files, all that. I mean. Nothing's happening.
Nothing's going to happen.
Nothing is going to happen, and that's my point. So I feel like they just buffalo this guy and say, you can't do that because the money's not going to be there. Your donors are this and that. Yep. But my point is, at this point, he's not running again. He can't have a third term. And no matter what all the whack jobs say, he cannot be president again. Sorry. Just because he didn't have, 2 in a row doesn't mean he can have
He's
3.
not going to be.
There's no way. So what's the point?
Entertainment, Billy.
Why are people worried about, or what does he worry about funding for?
Well, let me ask you a question, Johnny. I mean, you and I have been on the others. Listen, I voted for Trump 3 times, and do you want the truth? If he ran tonight, I'd vote for him again. What's the alternative? Unless there was a Ron DeSantis, and I'm with Ron DeSantis. But other than that, who are you going for? Gavin Newsom?
Oh God!
Yeah,
I know you love Tim. I know you love Tim Walz.
Yeah,
but
it just said, Joey, when these I watched Tim Walz giving a speech at some Democratic convention just like a week ago, and the things that he says about Trump, I just sit there with my mouth open, and I have to tell you, Trump doesn't see this and say, we got to do something about this.
So that's to me again. That's a thing for me that twerps me off. They get away with. You can lie about everybody. You can lie and lie and lie and lie, and nothing happens to you. That's why for me, if you lie about me in a public setting, goodbye. You're no longer my friend. Or and not only as far as social media, blocked.
Question.
They got to do something about
exactly, and that's another one of our contentions. So when is stuff going to be done? For him, Tim Walz, the stealing that's been involved in Minnesota,
he made a deal,
and he's got the gall. I would say balls, but I'll keep it clean. He's got the gall.
You just said it.
Oh, I said it. Oh, sorry. He's got the gall to say the things he says about Trump, and that just drives me
Johnny,
crazy.
Forget about the bad mouthing. That's been going on for every president. They did it for Reagan.
But it's awful,
It's
Joey.
worse. They
It's
did
awful.
it with Reagan. They did it with... Do you remember when Bill Clinton was getting impeached and Bob Dole would not let up with the impeachment because the monocle ones? I mean, every politician's been through it. Not to the extent of Trump. Absolutely not. However, the question I wanted to ask you, have you watched the live video of Tulsi Gabbard about a week ago, less than a week ago. There's irrefutable, Billy. Irrefutable. This is out of Tulsi Gabbard's mother. You like Tulsi?
Yeah,
you a fan?
I love
okay,
her.
I'm a
Yeah,
big
I love
fan.
her.
I'm a big fan.
Big fan.
She said specifically, you could look it up on YouTube, undeniable, irrefutable proof that was sent to the Justice Department that Barack Obama, John Brennan, James Clapper, Jim Comey, Andrew McCabe, all
And Hillary.
all committed treasonous acts. Okay, now Tulsi's not the Justice Department. She's sending it over to the Justice. If nothing happens with all she sent over there, who's to blame on that with no indictments? Who's to blame?
The DOJ.
And who's the boss? Who's their boss?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Trump?
Of course he is.
Well,
So now Todd Blanche is a personal friend. I think it was his personal lawyer, Billy. I think it was his personal lawyer during the first. I'm not sure.
The first before the
First
impeachment.
first
Wow, I
administration.
did like a tongue-tied thing going on tonight.
Yeah, you talk about, and I'm the one with the coffee.
that's all, folks.
Well, all I'm saying is Tulsi Gabbard sent over to the Justice Department.
saw that.
Undeniable proof. Why aren't we going after one of? Give me one of them people, please.
I
Just
did.
one.
All right, I did hear this about a week or so ago that indictments are going out.
Oh, then I'm
That-
waiting.
I did.
I'm
I did
waiting.
hear that. I heard that indictments are going
How
out.
Donald Trump would not want to get, I know this sounds terrible, but how he would not want to get some sort of revenge to Barack Obama for what he did, because he orchestrated the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was Obama.
Yeah.
And, and I've been
I personally think it's he's afraid to do all this stuff because of the midterms. Then they'll turn it against him, going, "See, he's using his power."
Who cares?
Yeah, I know, but this is how people
Nobody,
think.
Trump doesn't care.
Well, yeah,
You think the things that he puts out on the Twitter, he don't care about nothing.
No, but he's got to care about the
What?
midterms.
The midterms are gone.
Just
The
remember.
midterms are a bloodbath.
Just
We're gonna get
remember
killed.
that some of the things he puts out on that people say that he puts out on X is they're phony.
No, but
and
not
they
all
look,
of it,
They look like, but they look like it's really him, and it's not.
Well, the stuff
and it
that-
goes through social media, it flies through social media, and people gobble it up and get pissed off and start saying all kinds of things. And if you're not careful, you get sucked into it.
Well, this is why I hate this AI bullshit. I hate it.
It's awful.
You don't know what you're looking at. You don't know. There's fake singers now, Billy. There's fake actors. There's nothing's
Did
real.
you know
It's
that
like
the
Trump
Did you know the number one song on the Billboard was
an
AI?
I know.
And that's,
You know where we are, Johnny, in this world right now? We're in Strawberry Fields, where nothing is
Let
real.
me
It's-
take you down.
Yeah, because we're okay.
Billy Billy doesn't like the Beatles,
He
by
does
the
not
way.
like the Beatles.
So, but seriously, you're looking at things. It's going to get worse. Those things are going to be more.
It's in the infancy,
It's
yes.
going to happen more and more and more.
So where do we go from here?
You take a picture of yourself and you talk into something, and you put your voice on it makes you sing like you know how you sing.
Right.
Just because you're speaking voice.
So there's
And
no
then-
way- yeah.
So every idiot in the world that can't sing
A singer.
and now they're all singers and they're going to get hit records because whatever.
Now the day that
So-
when they grabbed this guy that attempted to burst into the dinner, they had him on the ground.
Yeah.
And the next day is AI photos of Trump taking a picture of him, say missed again. I mean, this is just crazy.
Oh my! Oh, really? I didn't see that.
It's crazy. The AI is. I don't like any of it personally. It might be entertaining, but I think it's.
Did you see the thing I put up on
No.
YouTube for us? You didn't see it? I had my flag shirt on,
Oh, I
and I
didn't
hit
see it.
AI, and I turned myself into Trump.
Oh, really?
And I said to watch, watch.
He was
Straight
sitting
Up
in-
Talk.
sitting in
Well,
that
I
seat.
would have
Yeah.
liked to have seen that. I didn't see
It's
it.
still go back on YouTube. It's
All right,
still there.
so let me ask
He's
you-
Elvis too. I did one of Elvis. again.
Wow.
Sitting
All
in
right,
here.
so let me ask you another question. All right. Now, I think you all know about the Jimmy Kimmel remarks.
Oh, don't even mention.
All
him.
right. No, okay. Well, let's talk about this for a second.
I was going to bring him up,
Yeah.
but you beat me. Beat me to it.
Sorry. You're a very sick man, Joey. That when I heard that type of remarks, and ABC has not done anything. Disney, that owns ABC, Disney allows a man to say something, an expected widow.
I heard it.
And that to me is the lowest, most disgusting.
Who is he protected by, Jimmy Kimmel? who is he protected by?
Because freedom of speech. Yeah.
No, but
he hides behind freedom of speech.
how come nobody? And I'm not promoting violence in any sense, because on either side is bad. There's nuts on the right too, Johnny. So how come Kimmel's getting away with this? With not even nobody's ever went up to him physically, face to face, and give him some jazz. Why? It's always the Republicans. Steve Scalise, remember when he was shot a few years back? Charlie Kirk. I mean, the list goes on with the conservatives that are always getting gunned down or attempted. And then you get a guy like Jimmy Kimmel could just say the crazy stuff. What about Stephen Colbert?
Yeah.
The last Democrat to be shot at was John Kennedy.
JF Kennedy.
Yeah.
No, Bobby. But
Bobby.
Bobby was running for president. He wasn't, but he was a Democrat. But
Yeah.
he was the last one.
Martin Luther King was a Democrat.
Again, still same era. That's what I'm saying. It's all that. Tell me one now. And since those
Well,
three,
I'm even going back to the
those
70s.
three, go ahead.
In fact, Gerald Ford was attempted his life in 1974.
Gerald Ford was a Republican.
I know that.
I'm saying
Reagan was a Republican. Yeah.
Reagan was a Republican. What's his name? George Wallace.
Oh, but he was
He was an independent, wasn't he?
No, he was a Republican.
No. He was a Democrat, but he was a racist Democrat. Yes, he was part of the.
I think he was a
He was a
Republican.
promoter of the KKK. He was
Yeah.
a horrible guy. I've watched a lot of documentary on George Wallace. Brilliant guy. He actually, what happened with him was he was a very liberal guy in Alabama,
Right.
and he turned the racist card because he lost an election for governor of Alabama because he said he didn't want to get out. It's a horrible language he uses, but he wasn't a great guy. He wasn't a good
No,
man.
I never said he was.
But my point is, he was a Democrat, Billy. He ran as a Democrat and got shot.
So what was that? Was that before? After?
1975.
So that was. So it was after the Kennedys.
Oh yeah,
And after-
mid-70s. He got
okay.
shot. He was campaigning.
So that's it.
Wallace was campaigning for president, and he might have got the nomination. Yeah, the
Really?
Democratic nominee. He was going to be running against, I think, Gerald Ford. Wasn't Carter. I think he was shot in 75. No, it might have been 72, Billy. I think he was running for. He was definitely running for president. The nomination, he got shot, and he was in a wheelchair. And then he became governor again in Alabama in the wheelchair. He's a very smart man, very charismatic little guy.
Yeah.
Spoke beautiful in front of crowds, but he wasn't a good guy, and he was a very racist man.
And it just goes to show. It amazes me.
They almost killed him too. They almost killed him. But he repented at the end. I watched the documentary. If you ever want to see a nice documentary, watch that. It's very interesting. George Wallace. It's called "Burning Down the Forest" or something like that. Anyway, he repented at the end in his dying years in his wheelchair. Billy, he was talking about the spiritual, became spiritual, and how he regrets a lot of his rhetoric caused a lot of people pain.
No, but Bill, getting back to that was good, Joey. Thank you. Getting back to Jimmy Kimmel, what's your feelings about him saying such a disgusting thing?
I personally, he's been so disgusting in every aspect of Donald Trump. They should have never put him back on. But again,
I just can't get over. Disney owns that channel.
Well, what do you think? Disney's the most liberal thing in the world.
Oh God! Now I know
They're
that.
the most. They're horrible. They're horrible. I'm blown away that they're doing a Toy Story to save toys and to move kids away from watching their little screens. I can't believe it. But again, I haven't seen the movie yet. It might turn around. They might join together and everything's rosy. You never know. You know what I mean? Because it is Disney. Who knows? But yeah, Disney's no great thing because they entertain children. If you look inside all of the stuff that Disney does within their movies, it's horrific. It's satanic.
But this wasn't the intentions of Walt Disney back in the 1950s, the 40s rather.
Well, no, but Disney, everything Disney did
was
was very dark. We've had this conversation before.
I don't remember it being dark.
Did you ever see Fantasia?
No.
You ever see Fantasia? I mean, you look at Snow White, very dark. Very dark. All those things. all of that.
Yeah, but Billy, can we pick apart every cartoon? Can we cut the Flintstones? We can pick apart the Flintstones too.
No, I can't.
The
You
Jetsons.
Find me darkness about Flintstones and the Jetsons. Go ahead. You
well-
can't.
well, you know something?
Hanna-Barbera
What-
was sold out to entertain
All right.
kids, and that was
Well,
it.
I
Where's
just
the
I
darkness?
just thought of something on the Flintstones. I don't remember there on that whole cartoon being an Afro-American on the
Yeah,
cartoon.
but Johnny, you're talking the 1960s. There wasn't many African Americans on television. Period. In
Period.
the 60s. I mean, that's just the way it was. Period. I mean, I think the first black show was probably Julia. Remember Julia, Diane Carroll?
Diane Carroll.
Yes.
That was the late 60s, I believe.
Yeah.
And then you had Good Times, of course. Good Times, and then the Jeffersons.
the
Awesome.
Jeffersons.
But there were spin-offs off of All in the Family, I believe. But yeah, Julia's the first one, I believe, in my opinion. I think.
I thought Norman Lear broke the barrier with
Well, All in the Family?
no with what do you call not the Jeffersons, the other one.
Good Times.
Good Times.
Great show.
No, that wasn't the first. That was definitely not the first one.
It,
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Julia.
it was Julia. Oh, Julia was definitely before Good Times.
Yes.
In fact, I think Julia might have been 1970, early 70s at the late. It was before Good Times for sure.
Right.
And then I think there was Good Times was the very first black show, as far as I remember, and it was a spin-off of All in the Family. The hotline. Johnny's going to do some reacher.
Recon.
Reacher.
Recon.
Yeah, keep
Just
on
talking,
talking.
boys. No, just do it while you do it. While you're.
No, I was just going to look up George Wallace. Billy, look up George Wallace the year he got.
I was gonna.
It's 70. I'm going to say it's 7. Look it up there.
I'm gonna talk it into this.
Anybody that's out there, I believe it's
Was
1972.
George Wallace a Republican or a Democrat? And what year was he shot?
He was definitely a Democrat, and he was shot in 1972.
Let's see.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Billy boy.
Well,
He was a Democrat.
Democrat. Number 1, I was right there. Number 2, 1972 got shot.
Yep.
wow.
I don't say I'm always right, Johnny,
All right,
but I'm
so-
never wrong.
So listen to all right. Listen to this, guys. The first black sitcom, Amos and Andy, 1951.
Are you
Oh, wow.
kidding me?
And, yeah, listen to this. And one of the
I would have
do you
never got
know
that.
They have destroyed all the tapes from Amos and Andy because it made it made Afro Americans look whatever how I don't know I'm not a genius.
Excuse me, Johnny. Was that 19? Not to interrupt you. Was that 1972? You said he got shot.
1972.
Yeah,
He shot.
and they shot it. It was all. It was all. It was graphic too. Right on television. Did you ever see it, Johnny?
Sanford, what's up?
Oh, Sanford and Son. We
Sanford
forgot
and
about that.
Son, Yeah.
Yeah, that
it
was-
says the genre reemerged in the 70s with hits like Sanford and Son, times the Jeffersons.
Find out when Julia come
I
out.
am. I get. Yeah.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will.
Too much fun.
What do we? Basically, at this point right now, I think we're at getting back to the Trump thing. I think we're at a crossroads, and I hate to say it, but I do think there's going to be something. When are they going to? How many times before? Do you think he knows sometimes when he?
Right.
What do you think, Johnny?
Who? Trump?
You think? You think?
These retraining these people.
But how
because-
is he going to trust the next generation? Can he trust anybody? This man. I mean, you notice his kids are never around. Eric or Don Jr. His daughter completely checked out. She's nowhere to be found. Ivanka. You're not wearing the headphones, Billy?
I just put them back on because I had to fix something.
Oh,
All right, I
go
got
ahead.
it. Okay, here we go. The sitcom Julia premiered on NBC on September 17, 1968. It made history as the first weekly series to star an African-American woman, Diane Carroll.
Hey.
All right, Joey, give Joey
What-
Canzano.
say it
Right again.
Say it again. One more time. Say it. one
I
more
said
time.
68 or 70. 68, 69. One of those 3 years I knew.
Yeah.
68.
68 is when it came in. Okay.
Bad cough tonight. What's going on?
Very
Johnny,
good.
you wearing your perfume again?
No.
What was the name of the perfume in the Stooges? Midnight Passion?
Midnight
Smells like more
Pasture.
like Midnight Pasture.
Now,
That was
Happy Days.
Days. Fonzie said
now,
that.
guys, did you happen to see the interview? Are you familiar with Nora O'Donnell?
No.
Okay, she's one of the commentators on 60
Yes.
Manifesto. And so she goes, and she's going, yeah, and I am not going to take my from pedophiles and rapists. And Trump looked at her and said, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Right on TV. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. He says, I read it. I know exactly. I was waiting for you to say. I knew you were going to say it, to mention that pedophile and rapist. I am no pedophile and I am no rapist. And he told her right on there. And he kept on going, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
It's a wonder he
It
didn't
was-
walk off. He's done it before.
But he knew, because that's and again, they're all looking for the big interview, the controversy, because as Prince said, controversy creates what?
Oh, it's no question. Turmoil
But
in general.
it generates anything controversial generates attention.
Attention.
Anything that would cause shock and awe to an audience. Now, for instance, tonight we're on live. If Johnny took his clothes off, we'd go viral.
No, yeah, you'd catch viral.
What are we doing now, Johnny? I meant to say Billy. Next week we're gonna have we have Joe Lake coming on.
We got Joe Lake,
a good
coming
friend
on.
of ours from Revere. He is a very good friend, best friends with Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
And he is also the head boxing coach at Harvard University. So that's going to be an interesting night, Joe Lake. So if you're watching out there, Joe, looking forward to seeing you. Also, I'm trying to get a dear friend of mine. I've known him since he was a young kid. He's now the mayor of Revere, Patrick Keefe. He texted me a little while ago. He's looking to come on, providing his schedule allows it. So the next couple of weeks could be very interesting. And if worse comes to worse,
Let's get what's his name, Anthony Cogliano on.
Anthony's been on our show before.
He was on the discussion table.
I remember Anthony had told us when he come on the discussion table about 6 years ago during COVID.
Yeah.
He said his wife said, "I don't know if we should do this," because we were doing heavy politics back then.
Yeah.
You know, we were a little controversial, Billy, to say the least.
To say the least.
And Anthony come on though. He came on he fielded everything. He was great. Yeah, I'd love to grab Anthony on. He's a friend for many 40 years.
Yeah.
I've known him.
I gotta definitely next time I
When you see
just
him.
keep on forgetting. I see him all the time.
Well, that happens after
Yeah.
80.
Oh, all
What
right.
what
Okay,
else?
Paisan.
We Johnny, don't even talk about that. We talked earlier about this. I'm still my legs are still hurting from a week ago. Dancing a couple of songs with Family Affair.
Oh, by the way, how many views is that?
Don't even talk about this.
Why?
Because the one time they get almost 16,000 views.
Wow.
My belly looked like Buddha. And it was embarrassing. And remember you did ask me, you want me to take it down?
I said, I said,
leave
Joey,
it
I'll
alone.
take it right down.
I like the way I sounded, so I left it alone. But of all times,
Joseph, you sounded fantastic.
I did sound good.
I know.
I will admit it. I know when I stink. But that night I sounded good, but I looked like,
Well, Joey,
the
all
fat
right.
Elvis.
You can't.
You look like Elvis at the
You
end.
know, we all have a bad day now and then. Now look at you. It's been what?
I'm already flattened out.
5 days and you're flattened
Well,
out
that's
already
because it
you
was.
got rid of the creatine.
I want to
Oh.
ask it. Go ahead.
You know what I wanted to mention? You mentioned Elvis just now. You know, I went to see that Elvis. No, I didn't go see it. I rented it at home. That
Epic.
Okay, and you know something? And I watched it, and you think there's going to be something that you learn from it. You learn
Nothing.
The only thing I learned from it was Elvis was the most handsome man,
Hands down.
hands down, on the face of the planet at that time. You know,
I don't know anybody who beats him now.
Oh, I mean, it's amazing.
I mean, you imagine seeing him coming on a stage. All right, forget the looks, but then the voice.
Yeah, oh,
and
I
then the
know.
presence, and then the moves. I mean, it was.
Yeah,
But
it was
anyways, getting back to you, it's 15,800 views.
Oh my God! Can you imagine?
They must
that,
like fat
Joey?
people.
Wow.
The people.
I mean, you know, I have to say, they say the dad bod is the one that the
Well,
girls,
I
the
have-
girls are going for. So there
Dad
you go.
bod
Dad bod.
looks more like a mama's pregnant ma bod.
You
No,
know,
you
it was
don't
awful.
look-
well,
you didn't look like
you know,
that.
if
No
you-
guts.
If any of you people haven't seen it, it's not as bad as Joey says.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you get a little bit of a puff there, but it could be a shirt flapping.
Well, I
out.
want to ask people out there about creatine. That's another subject we talk about and finish off with.
Supposed to be fantastic.
It's
for you.
it's very highly studied out there. Anybody watching, hopefully, can give me some information because I don't. I come off of it because I don't think it agrees with me. But there's people that swear by it, and women too.
Really.
But I know a friend of
women
mine,
too.
a very good friend of mine, is at Revere Cop. not even 40 years old. He's 39, 38, 39-year-old kid. And he said he had to come off it too because we're making him punchy.
Yeah.
Now, I've been off about 8 days, 9 days now, and I noticed my belly is, I'm never going to have
Flat. I know. Me too.
It's never happening, but the
know.
thing, it's not bloated like it was.
Please, I look like the Michelin Man. Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous.
You're losing tires, though.
Although, let me tell you something. You look fantastic. Billy, you're looking great, Bill.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask. I had a question on
Christina, if you're watching, you better watch this guy. The women are gonna go crazy.
the women.
The women are gonna go
Women,
nuts.
yeah.
Now, here's another thing.
Can I say something before I forget?
Sure.
Think-
Go ahead, Joey.
Don't think about what you.
Mr. ADD man, go ahead.
ADD, ADHD, OD. I got the whole alphabet. That's what did you say on your joke one time? You had a great bit.
Which one?
It was the ADHD, OCD.
Oh yeah. We didn't have that when I was kids.
We were just
kids.
stupid.
You were just effing stupid. Yeah.
That's true, though.
And it's funny. I did that joke for years, right? Because it was the truth. We didn't have that thing. And I was doing a show one time, and at the end of the show, this little old lady come up to me. You shouldn't say that. That's a sickness. And I'm like, and I never did it again after that. I just
you can never please everybody,
I
John.
know,
Do you
I
know how
know.
many comments you were going to get? We probably already have. I haven't seen it, but I've been told by a couple of people might have commented about this podcast. Me and Billy got some hell back in 2020, but you're always going to have someone.
I know.
You're
Let
always
me
going to have
say-
someone negative.
I'm just going to say this.
This is entertainment.
I believe, and again, my opinion, only my opinion. My opinion is the medical profession diagnosed this thing to make money. End of story. Every single kid in the world does not have ADD. Any little boy who has pepper up his rear end and he wants to go climbing the walls and wants to jump around, it's not ADD. The kid is just
Normal.
He's being a boy.
Bingo.
Let the kid be a boy.
100%.
You gotta make him half dead, medicate him, so he's like,
I know.
all right, now I can really think straight.
Johnny, I know
Come
this is
on.
hard to believe. You're gonna be shocked at this. When I was a little boy and we went to family gatherings, barbecues, parties, I was the little boy that all the relatives say, "Oh no, Joseph's coming over." I was that kid.
You were that kid.
Absolutely, that was a terror. My brother could tell, relatives could tell you, if Chick was alive,
Oh, please.
My mother,
Please.
I remember my aunt came over one time, and the kids were losing their minds. They were going crazy. They were climbing in the. There wasn't an aunt, actually. I think it was a friend that she had met through work, whatever. And the kids were climbing in the fireplace, climbing on the dining room table, doing all the. This is like, my mother had the living room was the mausoleum with the plastic.
Plastic.
Over the,
Oh,
the plastic
God.
over the
Oh,
thing.
that's-
You know what I mean? She had
it's one of those-
specialty. She had custom made furniture, French provincial furniture made. So she protected everything. She turns to the lady. She goes, "Get your kids and get out of here." She made them go.
well, then she just doesn't like children. That's what kids do.
She brought up 4 animals. Are you kidding me? So she just.
Why'd she say get him out of here then?
Because she wanted to keep her house in one piece.
Oh, that was your mother.
My mother.
Oh, I thought you said it was a relative. Okay.
No.
So
Well-
the other thing I wanted to mention while we're talking about Elvis, the new Michael Jackson movie just came out last Friday, I believe, either Thursday or Friday. The reviews have been horrible. It's the family's fighting, his in-house family, but yet it broke records worldwide. The first week, $210 million.
Not surprised at all.
No.
He was an iconic figure. I mean, you'd have to go back, when you really think of all the biggest entertainers of the world. We've talked about this before over here.
Right.
I believe that it was Sinatra, Elvis, the Beatles, and Michael Jackson. In my opinion, those are the 4 iconic acts that changed. I mean, under them, right, Johnny? You have the Eltons, the Stones,
Yeah.
the Billy
Yeah,
Joels.
They didn't change the fabric of America.
Not like those 4.
Like those 4.
No way.
Absolutely not.
You have to throw Michael Jackson in there, hands down.
And Sinatra, Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis, they impacted the world like crazy.
yeah, but not
yeah.
like the single Sinatra himself.
Well, I
No
don't
way.
know, man. I don't know because I mean, to see New York City, the people in them you saw them throwing out the
Well,
pitches.
Oh, you mean the Martin Lewis?
We're
Oh,
talking
yeah,
about
that was.
come on.
they
Johnny,
were-
you don't know nothing
they
about
were-
that.
They were
were-
phenomenal.
When,
They were
in New York,
phenomenon.
do you know that in New York, when they would premiere one of their pictures, Martin and Lewis at the Paramount, they would 7. This is what they would do in one day.
7
They would do
shows.
7 shows at the theater, then at night do 5 more shows in different
Yeah,
clubs.
but Johnny, that's a comedy team. I'm talking about musical acts. That I believe that the 4. I mean, the comedy teams, they're probably the greatest in history. Abbott Costello, Martin and Lewis. But we're talking about
We're talking about musical
musical
people?
acts. Sinatra, Elvis,
yeah.
Beatles, Michael Jackson. Those 4 to me were in another stratosphere, and the other ones under them were the Stones, the Deltons, the Billy
Yeah.
Joels.
Yeah,
You know
they
what I
were
mean?
they were phenomenal.
Secondary.
They were phenomenal.
Those 4.
Yeah.
And I've done a lot of research, and I've done a lot of watching documentaries. Sinatra had his time.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they used to pay people to sit in the seats and
Yes.
scream like that. And then Elvis had his thing in the Colonel. But you know something? There was sorry, Billy. There was nothing like the Beatles. No, I'm dead serious. When they went to Australia, 500,000 people would come to see them, just to drive
it was
down
beyond
the
a
street.
phenomenon.
Well, let me
It
just
was
say
so-
this. Let me just say this. The reason there was nothing like it is because Elvis never left the damn country.
Well, that's because of the Colonel. Because
Right.
he
But
was
the
a-
point is he had that kind of pull all over the world.
Well, he
And,
inspired
I
the
mean,
Beatles.
Michael Jackson, how many times did he fill Wembley Stadium?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody had done it
No,
before him.
Yeah.
no.
Well,
You know,
when,
Well,
when-
Queen
when-
actually did it.
I was after him.
Yeah.
when Michael was going to be doing the Wembley, do you know that I think he was doing 21 shows. They were all sold out.
Right.
The 21 shows I think he was doing there, all sold out. I mean, that's an amazing
The
thing.
Beatles was something special because they wrote and
Right.
sang and played. That was
Yeah,
unusual.
that
there was nobody that did that.
That was their big. That was.
But there was nobody
before.
before them
Right.
that did that.
Right.
Just Michael Jackson did all that too. I mean,
He's way after.
yeah, he was way after, but he
Wasn't actually that far after.
his writing was. I mean, how many hits did that kid
Amazing.
write?
Well, the Jackson
Amazing.
5 come out, what,
then he-
68?
and then he collaborated with hits with
Paul McCartney, yeah.
You know what
Yep,
I mean?
The Girl Is Mine, Ebony
Yeah.
and Ivory. Not
Yeah.
with Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. That
Another
was-
one, another great
Yeah.
artist. I mean, that's my point. As these kids, they're never going to know and appreciate a live act. I mean, you've seen Zeppelin twice, Johnny.
Oh.
That's insane.
And the thing is, I wasn't even a fan of it. I just went because you get it for free. But then when I look back and I go, wow, when they played, the Immigrant Song, and then at the end when they played Stairway to Heaven, and what's his name, the singer was sweating on me. I almost said to him, hey, wipe your forehead.
You were that
It was-
close to Robert
Yeah,
Plant?
I was standing at the edge of the stage because what happened was, Joey, they pushed everybody forward because so many people and I was being pushed and pushed until I got right in front of the stage.
No way.
And I was just,
I would've
this
died.
I'm like this, Joey. I'm looking at him like this, and he's singing, and she's buying a
What year was
set."
this?
Joey, maybe 73 or 74, something to that, somewhere around there.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Seen Zeppelin twice.
Yeah.
I would have died to see them in their prime. And that was their prime, early
Oh,
70s.
my God.
I think their first hit was, as far as I remember, was Whole Lotta Love. It's the first time I ever heard
Oh,
a song
yeah.
of them. That was like 70, 71. But anyway, what else we got on that? So we have next week Joe Lake coming on. Hopefully the following week I can get the mayor coming on from Revere. And then after that, we're going to just wing it. This was good, just the three of us tonight. No fight. And Johnny didn't argue once tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now that's a miracle.
June 1st.
Oh, that's right.
June 1st, we have a guy who's right here. He's a local guy. He went ballistic on TikTok. His name's he goes by the Boston Dad, and we're going to have him here on June 1st. His following is insane, but he goes around from Dunkin' Donuts to Dunkin' Donuts and gets he started by saying, well, see if my coffee is good today.
He's
And
actually friends with Steve D'Amato, the
Right.
guy that was supposed to be here tonight. So maybe we can reschedule Steve down the road. I'd love to get him on here. And we have a lot of potential great guests coming on towards the spring and the summer. And if not, don't get used to Johnny and I not arguing, because this is a rare episode.
I leave for
Wanna
Florida tomorrow I leave for Florida tomorrow to do a couple of shows.
Are you back for Monday next week?
Oh, I'm back. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
just for a Celtics game.
Yeah. Oh, please. I wouldn't pay
You
to go
haven't
to
lived
the
that.
Celtics
You
game.
haven't lived that down yet. That one. That
What's
night.
that? What's that?
The night you called us an hour before the show. I got
go to a Celtics
Remember
game.
that night? What was that? What was that? Back in February?
No, it was only about 3 weeks ago.
No,
right?
no. No, this was a long.
Well, I'm sorry. My boss
And you
called
should-
me up. My
and you-
boss, Steve Picardi, he called me up and said, Johnny, you want to go to the game? I said, for free?
So
an
that's
hour
way
be-
more important than this.
An hour before the showtime, he bailed on us.
Oh, stop.
Anyways, so that's about it for tonight. I'm glad. Good conversation, Johnny, and
Yes.
good stuff. And had to be talked about. We don't usually like to go into heavy politics anymore. Usually we do about 5 minutes of politics, right? And
Yeah,
then we just
I mean,
have
this really wasn't politics. We're just talking
it was
about
a current
what's going
event.
current event.
And it had to
you
be
know,
talked about.
You know, talking about politics. You know, it's
too
just-
divisive.
It's too divisive. You know, I've lost friendships. I've lost relationships.
We've
with
lost
people,
followers.
Followers. I mean, you know,
Oh, yeah. There's
and
some-
stuff like that. And there's no reason for that to happen. I personally do not care what the person that I'm talking to in front of me. I don't care who you like. It doesn't matter to me.
But, Johnny,
you know,
you
I've
gotta
been
understand-
threatened. I've been threatened
Yep.
because of, you know, because of my political likes and you know, it's not.
I don't
right.
think anybody should take offense for an opinion. Now, if you're completely going after someone, insulting or dishonoring somebody, or just it basically causing division, I don't like that anymore. I did that in the past. I lost a lot of business. I lost a lot of work, and quite frankly, I'm in a stage in life. All we want to do, Johnny, now is entertain.
And that's it.
Make people laugh.
Society has changed so much, though, that when we were kids, you could get into a debate. You could get pros and cons. And
10 years ago, you could.
You could enjoy a debate of you know, it didn't turn violent
Oh.
and
It's
get,
awful.
and people getting all ridiculous about
There was a
threatening
time-
lives and hello, go ahead.
There was a time Johnny Peasy used to say to me, you know, Joey, back when Obama was in office, I was a little off the charts. And I remember Johnny specifically calling, you know, Joey, thousands and thousands of people are watching your posts. I said, who cares? Now I know. Now he's doing it.
Hey, you forgot to put the lights on over there too.
Oh yeah,
What
well,
lights?
it looks good anyway.
It looks fine.
Looks like, yeah,
Remember last week I had to have my sunglasses because
Yeah.
Billy put a light up in front of
Come
us. Looked like Fenway Park.
You know, a few people out there, you could take a look at Joey. He's got his red sweat, but look, he's got a little gold chain.
It's not gold.
Well,
He-
it's platinum.
You see, the eyes are the first thing to go.
It's
Actually, they
probably-
missed about
it's
3 feet.
probably tin.
Usually the eyes
It's
are the-
probably tin.
They say the eyes are the first thing to go. With Johnny, it missed about 3 feet.
And he's got his little black wife beater on.
Oh, shut
Yeah,
it.
come on. You should have your nice shirt on.
Next week I'll have the straight
nice
up shirt.
shirt, straight up. That's the way I like to be all the time.
Johnny
Straight
went
up.
straight.
Straight up, if you know what I
Now
mean.
you get
Oh,
your
he goes-
mind out of the gutter,
Hey,
John.
I know.
Johnny's more like straight down.
I know, really.
On that note,
Yeah,
Good night, folks.
We're not done yet,
Oh.
but that's all right. I love it when you guys do that. Anyways, we got so much to say before we go because we are Straight Up Talk Boston. We're here every Monday night, 7 o'clock on YouTube, Facebook, and X. So if you guys would like to subscribe on YouTube, send us a screenshot of your subscription. Send it to my inbox on Facebook, and or you could send it on YouTube as well. And I will send you a free Straight Up Talk Boston T-shirt like the one Johnny is wearing right there. He's modeling it for you. Yeah, he could see it right there. So give me the screenshot. Send me your address and your shirt size, and I will be glad to mail you out free of charge a Straight Up Talk Boston T-shirt. So if you haven't done that, please subscribe. As you're looking at the YouTube subscription button, please subscribe. And if you're on Facebook, switch over to YouTube and click on that subscription button and do that subscription for you.
One last thing.
Really. Just want to let everybody know out there before you hit that Wonton song by Led Zeppelin, which I love. One last thing for everybody. Don't get the wrong idea. Johnny and I will be fighting again next week.
You better believe
Take it home, Billy.
Yep. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for joining us, for coming. Thanks so much for coming. Yeah, for being on with us. I'm dying over here.
Take two.
Take two. Here we go.
Bring it
we're
on.
going
Bam.
right now. Yeah, we love you guys. God bless you. Straight Up Talk Boston. Every Monday night.
Oh no!
Don't
No.
miss it.